If Paul wrote a letter to the churches in the United States, what do you think he would include based on his letters to other churches in the Bible? Grace and peace, right? You're loved by God. Man, you have a big mess. Timothy says hi, right? No, but, in reality, looking at the church in America today, he might be speechless. Just because of where things are compared to where they were then, but he was used to messes too. 1 Corinthians was quite the correction letter. I mean, it's full of just, I can't believe this is going on. I can't believe that is going on. And, I don't think it would actually read a whole lot different from 1 Corinthians in that he starts off 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 1 is just so beautiful, where he just talks about just the assurance of just the finished work of Christ and our place in Christ, purchased by Christ to the glory of, it's this wonderful introduction. And then he just talks a little bit about, now what's going on? What's with all this division and sectarianism? And then he gets into, why are you guys suing each other? Why is there so much sexual morality in the church? And he just keeps going on. Why is there such a weird confusion about spiritual gifts? Why is there this confusion about roles in the church? Why is there all this confusion, about everything up to the resurrection and the end times? And that's kind of the whole thing. So 1 Corinthians would probably be a similar letter. So it's not that we're all that different. And I take comfort knowing that there were messed up churches in the first century, and so realizing that they were already having to send correction letters. And these are the churches that the apostles planted. So if my church needs a correction letter, well, I'm not in bad company, because John's church needed correction letters and Paul's churches needed correction letters. But I think that would be the gist. I think 1 Corinthians would be a good example of what he'd say. I think he'd be gracious with us just like he was with them. But he'd then start going down and start talking about, there's a lot of things. And you say the church in America, and that's a pretty broad subject too, not just one church in one city that you can nail down like they were able to do back then.